Hello, this is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel, back here in Van Alley. Today I met up with Kedar, and Kedar is going to give us a tour of his custom camper van conversion. So join us.
Hello everyone, my name is Kedar. I'm currently living out of my van in New York City. I've been out here a couple months. I've been living in my van for 3.5 months now. I'm a software engineer who did it totally DIY, started from scratch, bought the whole thing empty and just kind of converted it to a dream home on wheels and allows me to live in the city. This right here is a 2015 Mercedes Sprinter. It's a 170-inch wheelbase, so it's longer than the 144. It's got like pretty decent gas mileage. You know, it's good enough. Not with the economy and what happened this past summer. It was not a great time to be on the road, but it allowed me to do what I need to do. So if you look up top, we have 300 watts of solar and 2 fans to keep you kind of cool. It has the exhaust and the flow coming in too. And why don't I come take you inside the van now? Right off the bat, I put in some turf. I'm pretty excited about this. I was thinking about what I can do with this space to kind of counterbalance, maybe add some more color. If we step in, these are some flooring that I just picked up from Lowe's, and just some snap vinyl attached flooring, and they look great. I think it complements it pretty well. If we look on this side, we have a swivel chair, which kind of opens up the space a lot. So if you can turn the chair around, you're kind of facing if other people are sitting inside, and it just gives you another place to sit. And for heat, when it comes to winter, especially being in New York City, it's essential to have a heater. Heaters can also take a lot of energy. So what I invested in is this S-Bar diesel heater here, with the idea that this can go up to, like, you know, 80, 90 degrees, and you can set timers for hour, 2 hour, through the night, infinite, or, you know, if you want to run all through the night, especially when it gets cold here. I know it's insulated all the way through with some 3M thin insulate, but having a heater here is huge. This right here is my closet. As you can see, I put in one of these right here. I know there's a lot of different options people have with like drawers, but I didn't want the clothes to get all wrinkly, and it feels really like home when you have hangers and hooks when it comes to holding your clothes. And I have a few drawers, or for, you know, anything else. A few right here. This is my little shoe cabinet. Don't get a lot of options with shoes, but I think this is it, and this is my camera equipment. This right here is my headliner shelf. So to add, you know, any extra storage that you can get and use this verticality. So right here I can put a lot of blankets, sleeping bags, tents, all this stuff. A lot of extra stuff can kind of sit in right here, which has been a great addition. This right here are like blackout curtains. So like at nighttime when you want to like totally lap up, and then this usually kind of just attaches right there, and then you get some full blackout curtains, which makes it really nice at nighttime. Then up front we have these Van Essential magnetic windshield covers, which are really great for both insulation and also just making it blackout, which makes it really great here. And I have Van Essential window covers all over the van, in the back and the sides, and you can see another one right here. This right here, as we step in, this is the bathroom, as you might say. And I made it a hidden shower. You're showering, what, maybe 10 minutes out of the day, and I didn't want to, you know, close up a lot of space with verticality. So if we step into here, I'll fold this up, and this opens up as a door. We have our toilet here. There's a shower right here. Now how the shower works is this kind of comes up onto here, and you can put it on, and then we have these hooks that will hold the shower curtain up. It creates a whole loop, and you won't let the water get out. And in case you're wondering where this water drains out to, and I'm not just spilling all over, it has a great water tank underneath. It's about a 20-gallon gray water tank that both the sink and the shower water all drain out to. We have this slatted ceiling. This was a lot of work. I think I could have gone 2 ways. There was one with like the tongue and groove and going all the way around this white walls, but I wanted some kind of difference in, like, you know, the feel inside. I think the wood adds a little coziness, and I'm kind of really big for that cozy stuff. I was able to put in these LED strip lights in the middle too, so they're kind of hidden, and at nighttime it adds, like, you know, different moods. This is the sink. This is a nice deep sink, and it comes with a cutting board that fits right on this, so it's not space, it's space saving. This is a water filter, so, you know, water comes out good here. And this is a soap dispenser that also works for, you know, showers. And as we come right here, so this is where I cook. I have it running off propane, and I can show you the propane is kind of sitting right there, and I can control the pressure and turn it off right away too. So if I'm going to be out for a little bit, then I'm just going to turn it off just to be safe. And yeah, this is a little 2-burner stove. These right here are my countertops. I built these out of 1.5-inch butcher block, and they're out of birch. I did the stain to match the ceiling, Took a long time, but I'm really glad with how it turned out. This is, you know, luckily at Facebook, which is where I work in the Bay Area, they have a wood shop, so I was able to take it there and build all my countertops, do the cutting, and get like advice from people who had been doing woodworking for like 20-30 years, which was pretty incredible to have that. Sadly, it's closing down, but I was able to take advantage and, you know, use all this space for the countertops. This was a backsplash. I think I bought like 10 different types of backsplashes to figure out what I wanted to match. These are cushions that I have, so I wanted to have some kind of, you know, working with my interior design skills. So not that I have any, but I built some along the way. This is some nice gray backsplash, peel and stick. It's super easy to clean, really easy to put on. You can't really tell unless you really look up close that it's not tile. So I think that's pretty great. These right here are my upper cabinets that I built just to have some extra space up here. Because I have an elevated bed, I'm not going to be able to put any cabinets up there. So I try to make use of this space. If you look up, this is where I put in all my, you know, dishes and bowls and plates and whatever you need for cooking. And then this right here is like just some electrical stuff. And if we get to the cooking or the fridge here, so this is a Dinette fridge. This opens up this way, and I don't have much right now. Usually I've been trying to either eat fresh, like just buy it on the go, and a lot of food in New York City too, so I've just been enjoying that. But right now, that's my Dinette fridge that opens out. This right here is the bottom of my some more storage when it comes to underneath the sink. This right here is another cabinet that opens up, more storage right here. Then we have my little spice drawer, which is pretty sweet. Pretty happy with this, and this allows you to cook, have all your spices, some more storage for snacks and meals and things like that. I use these door handles because things can get caught, so this reduces like the space that you have in the van if it's actually sticking out, or if it's metal or some kind of thing that's hard. This way, if I run into it or bump into it, nothing's gonna happen. And just some more storage. This right here is a funny story. I was in the van and it got really bumpy in one off-roading, and the whole drawer just fell apart. But right now it's still really big, so I can have a lot of storage in there. I have all my kitchen pots and pans and anything else that I need. All my coffee stuff is all there too, so it's a lot of good storage, but it did break, so I'm gonna eventually get around to it. This is the thing I'm probably the most proud of. One of the initial things in my design is I work full-time on a monitor since I'm a software engineer, and I wanted to have a standing desk to have you know, a little more feeling like I'm actually in an office. So this kind of goes up and down right here. I'd have to turn the inverter on, so let me just turn that on. And then as you see here, so this is a monitor. I have a monitor mount stuck to it. And for people who appreciate clean desks as much as I do, I wanted nothing to be really showing, which is kind of where it's at now. And I can just kind of just charge my phone and stuff. And if we see here, so this is my standing desk that kind of goes up and down like this. And I actually cut everything else to match the size of this thing, and I made these countertops specifically for this. So this is my monitor, and this is actually a smart monitor, so I have a TV that goes to Netflix and whatnot. So this is this, and allows me to work, and if I want to sit, then I can actually sit on this as well, so I can sit and work on here. Then when it comes to these right here, I have a lot of, you know, stuff kind of going in the back. This thing is super special that, you know, maybe people who work on the road or have just like a monitor can appreciate. This right here is a USB that goes in for my webcam, and we have to have video calls on, so this USB actually feeds into a USB underneath, and it's just one hookup to my laptop, and everything is set. So the webcam is right here, nothing is showing. I was super proud of this. This right here also, so these are our 5 switches. We have one of them that goes to like the water pump, so in case there's any leaks at all that happen, like you want to turn off the water pump, you have a way to do that. But I usually just leave it on. The other one is a speaker, so I have some Bluetooth speakers back here. So if we come in, this guy and this guy, they're right off some Bluetooth speakers. The wiring comes down to this receiver I have underneath, and they're connected to each other, right, left, and it sounds amazing. I can watch TV, I can listen to music right off the bat. When I come home, it's my own, you know, little space, and the acoustics are nice. As you can see, I left the bottom open for a couple reasons. One, just to have this additional space in case I bring anything in, have additional storage. If I ever have another person in the van, it's also additional storage where they can put their stuff, in addition to any headliner or any other storage that we have back here. So let's take it back to Dinette. This is where I kind of hang out and work during the day. It's like a whole different space. You know, when you have a space this small, you really have to create separate spaces here and like different, you know, scenes to say. So like this right here is on a lagoon mount, and this kind of moves around, so you can kind of move it however which way you want. You can also use this as a dining table to work on my laptop, or you know, read a book. Everything is kind of, this is multifunctional. You can play board games on here. Got my full assortment of board games here. So this comes back, and all of this underneath is storage. As you can see, I'm pretty high and elevated on this, and the reason I picked to do this is I'll show you a little bit later, but we have a garage underneath, and to add additional storage, as I said, you know, we have this a tiny little van, so we have to figure out how to maximize every little thing. So now I can still stand up fully upright, and I have extra storage underneath. And this converts into a bed. This bed goes in and then flattens out, turns into like a queen size bed, 6 foot by 6 foot. So, you know, it's really easy for most people to be able to sleep in, 2-3 people comfortably. Another thing out here is my beautiful plant. This has been running for a couple years now, and I'm glad she's surviving. It was pretty tough initially, actually, when I finally brought her into the van. It was really humid during the summer, so it wasn't doing too well, but I think it's adapting a lot more now. But yeah, these also are the other Van Essential. If you can see, they're built really, really quality. So, you know, if you have these windows, it fits exactly to it, and boom, it's just magnetic. Stays perfect. And these are some window frames I can show you as well. So we built these window frames. This is off of this, and this is to also have some nice vision. Either light comes in if you're on the road, add some wind, and they're also a great touch. Now let's talk about systems. So the two major systems are going to be the electrical system and the water system. So we start with the electrical system. As I showed you earlier, I have 300 watts of solar on top that charges my battery. I have a lithium-ion battery. There's a lot of different decisions with like that, or cheaper ones with like lead acid. But I picked lithium because it's, you know, more expensive now, but better in the long run. And it's 300 amp hours, which is pretty large sizing, but just in case I'm on the road and I'm working, I want to be able to have that, you know, assurance that I'm going to be good on battery. I have a 3,000 watt inverter. I have a battery to battery charger that charges off my alternator, and I have the AC paneling that's for like the AC outlets that I would have around the van for like, you know, things using like a blender or like my coffee grinder. And when it comes to the water, I have a 33-gallon freshwater tank, and I use that to fill in. You can have to go to gas station to fill it up, and luckily, you know, here in New York, we have people in Brooklyn campervans that are totally down to, you know, help us out and, you know, give us free water. But you'll find that kind of along the road. Wherever you go, there's apps that show you where to fill up water. So I have a fill in the back, and I have a water pump, that kind of water pump and a silencer to make sure it's not too loud, and be able to push that water, and everything's running on 12 volts there. Then when it comes to heating the water, I have a Bosch water heater that's 4 gallons, and that kind of allows like a little bit more volume of hot water, so you don't run out a little easier. So that's that, and I actually have a timer switch on it, so like it draws a lot of power, so you want to make sure you don't forget running it on. So I have like a timer, so it's like only run for 10 minutes or 20 minutes or 30 minutes, which helps out a lot. And when it comes to the electrical, let me just show you this whole beast of an operation that it took. I'm not a licensed electrician, so if you see something wrong with it, let me know. So I think it's really important to have access to electricity, so I put the cushions on the other side, and this right here is all my electrics. So if we run by bit by bit, this is my battery. That's a master on-off switch. This inverter that's running, a solar charger, which converts the electricity coming in from the solar panels into things that can ideally charge the battery at the ideal voltage and the current. And this is AC paneling right here. As you can see, we have some more storage. So this right here is storage, and I'll store some Starlink stuff in there, my Starlink router. Everything is wired from the top and comes back in, so, you know, nothing is, you know, shown on the top. I have some more storage here, and this is where I can put in the actual Starlink satellite and a few other things, my camera gear. These right here are also 2 huge storage things where I can put all my bedding and towels and, you know, blankets, extra stuff, just in general, and it's all hidden away. Things I don't need as much regularly, things I need regularly, I try to keep it out and about. There's a lot more to see. If we come right outside, we'll see there's a shore power outlet right here. So if you're at an RV park or somewhere else where you can pick up some AC power, this can help charge your batteries in case, like, you know, you have no sun coming in, or you're gonna be out for a few days and you're not gonna be able to charge your batteries. This is gonna help charge it through some other AC thing that you can just just plug into. This right here is the garage. So welcome. This is all the additional storage. So you can fit, you know, up to a snowboard in there. You can fit a surfboard. It's 6 feet down. You can't really tell because I got a few things stored and it's been there for a bit. But yeah, this is it. I got a little light that comes in at nighttime, so it really helps to brighten it up. This is the fill. So if you have a hose, which I have a hose right here, and you have some place to fill up water, that's a 33-gallon water tank that is fitting in there. As you can see, or potentially with the hose, there's a tank in there. All the plumbing is happening underneath in this section, which is why it's a little bit wider. This right here is an outdoor shower. You can use like an easy quick connect. So you just, and you have outdoor shower. And this is to clean your feet beforehand. Like say you're out on a hike and you can clean up right before you come in. So this makes it really handy. This right here are steel studs that are hanging this up. These are really light and really strong, so I have that on this side. As you can see right here, I left this exposed just so I have it, you know, memory of how this is set up. This is an 80/20 aluminum frame, which is the whole bed frame hanging, holding all of this up. So even this, you know, all these, you know, things that are made out of 3/4 plywood here. Let's take you around to the Illuminous roof rack ladder. So if I can take you up, this is essentially gonna have the 300 watts of solar and place to just kind of hang out. So if you want to check out, do anything. This right here is the Wii Boost. So this is to get extra cell coverage when you're in remote areas, and it just kind of extends things that you have. And I have the Starlink as a backup to make sure, you know, in really remote areas like national parks, I'm gonna have service to do my job. And now that we're up here, so this is the panel. This is also 80/20 that I used as a border around it to hang on to these luminous roof rack rails, and these go all the way down. It's what my ladder is on, it's what my solar panels are on, and that makes it really clean and potentially extensible for other things. I want to have like a deck potentially here later that could be a nice little upgrade down the line, and they can sit on those exact same roof rails. These are the two fans I have up top. This is all the wiring that I have for that I need to clean up still, but for the Starlink, and the Starlink to, you know, if I put it up right here, I can just plug in right away. Now let's take you over to the gray water tank. So this right here is a 20-gallon gray water tank that sits up and holds the water coming in from the shower and the sink. I also have this ball valve, electric ball valve, so that I have a switch up top where when I'm at a place that can responsibly dump the water, I can flip the switch and all the water is going to be drained. When it comes to the electrical, I had no experience really coming in, but I figured it out. I think one of the most, you know, amazing parts for me was actually getting the battery set up with the solar panels. I actually did it in my backyard first, just to tie things together. I hooked up the solar panels to a charge controller and the battery. A lot of good resources online, and which is why I'm making my own YouTube videos to pass the things along. And I have Van Bill steps from each step of the way, and hopefully that can help pass back some knowledge back to the community, because those YouTube videos are the only reason I was able to start from nothing, DIY, and have the electrical system like that set out. I go into work every day, so luckily, you know, I have the van here, but I'm able to go into Manhattan, and that's also where I can shower, I get to eat, and I can live my life, you know, in New York City for free rent and be able to go into the city. There's a thing right here you can follow. My brother actually got me this. This little decal that's on the side, so I was able to, you know, have people on the streets when they walk around in New York City, they can follow me, see my content, and I'd love to just share and give back what I've created.
Awesome tour. Thanks for coming on the channel today. This is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. We'll see you soon.
See ya. Thank you.